And I think that sometimes it just takes a while, and you sort of have to get your fill of all the stuff that you weren't allowing yourself to have, to then be like, okay, now I've tasted all these different things, and I know that like I can have this at any time or that at any time. So what do I really want? Because I think one of the key components of it is to actually to say I can have anything I want, but what do I want? And to give yourself what you want. So sometimes the answer is going to be cookies. But if you take the time to savor them and taste them, you might find like where you used to want 5, one is satisfying, or maybe it's not. But the thing is to have acceptance for the answer. I will say that in my case, I did have a client that, because I see one of the questions about success stories, in terms of intuitive eating. I had a client who learned this way of eating and lost about 35 pounds, So, and she didn't, she was also one of my thinner clients. But, some people lose weight, some people don't, but it can be a very long process too. And again, to me, I know we all want to make the goal weight loss because that is how we're trained to think, and and a lot of the time when you're losing weight, you're actually at the same time allowing yourself to be happy with how you look, or allowing yourself to feel good about yourself. So my whole thing is feel good about yourself right now, and don't attach it to weight loss, so that when you're not so attached to weight loss, you can actually listen to yourself and say, okay, do you want ice cream? Or I really don't want ice cream, I want a salad, or I want the salad and ice cream, or whatever it is. You can listen to the answer, you can be loving towards yourself, you can taste your food instead of feeling almost like you have to hide your eating from yourself, which is kind of what we do often. What I would tell you is give yourself time, pay attention to your cravings, pay attention to what you really want. Ask yourself the question, am I hungry? Is this what I want to eat? Am I eating this because it's something that was forbidden for a long time, or is it just because I want it? And then to eat it and enjoy it and savor it. And then the next time you're hungry, ask the question again, and be, no matter what, be okay with the answer. And, and I feel whenever I get to this weight loss question, it can be kind of hard because a lot of people guarantee. Okay, so Ivan's question isn't weight loss so much, but I'll get to that too. I think a lot of people sort of guarantee weight loss. I mean, I see it all the time. I even know I'm friendly with women who say, oh, you can do intuitive eating and lose weight, and it's true. Some people do lose weight, but some people don't. And I want people to understand that no matter what happens, you're still okay. It's important, and also just to know that just because someone promises weight loss doesn't mean that they have the answer, because diet programs promise weight loss, and if you really look at the statistics, they can't guarantee weight loss at all. So
and I was thinking the same thing, kind of. He asked the question, are there success stories of people who took a long, long time to transition to intuitive eating? As long as you accept yourself, that's the success. And so,
exactly.
And so it's even the question itself is kind of like one of those complications that I always do to myself, is why do I have to find out what other people are doing to accept myself, or to accept the way I'm doing something? And that's, I knew that you would, get there. And just like Nan says, enjoy yourself, meaning enjoy yourself always. And so I think that's the total bottom line. So, Golda, do you have a good story about a client that, really had some issues and got better and felt good about themselves? I suppose you have that a lot. And would you share some of that with us? We have about 4 more minutes left, or about a few more than that, maybe.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking of 2 clients in particular, but I'm thinking of one. She was in her late 40s. She was really a doll to work with, and she did my 6-month program because she was like, I'm just so messed up. I need the 6 month. I need the long one, which I actually think is a nice move because it was she knew she needed time. So she hated her body. I mean, absolutely hated her body, and was on her probably 100th diet of her life, like really, and just feeling really lost. And I was like, okay, let's work together. And I never tell anyone to get off their diet, because if they want to do it, that's fine. But we'll work around it pretty much, or we'll work with it. So, and she just finished with me about a month ago, and her life is like completely different. I mean, she absolutely loves her body. She's dating 2 guys. She decided to become a life coach. She realized that was really what her dream was, and left a job that was not satisfying to her. She is doing a week-long training on the West Coast to basically be like an exercise teacher. Like, there's a certain form of exercise. I just don't want to give too much away, but basically she's doing like a week-long training to teach this amazing exercise program to other women, to other people, which she never would have done before, because all these things she never would have done before, because she felt like she was really limited by her weight, and she had to be on a diet, and she had to, whatever. And she's even like moving to another city. She's like just deciding where she wants to live. Like her life has just completely changed. And I'd say a lot of it is just she's really listening. I mean, I guess it is kind of a theme with this talk, is that she's really listening to herself and what she really wants. And she's doing food differently too. I mean, that's been a big component of it. She's just like, she just eats what she wants. She pays attention and eats what she wants. And basically when I work with someone, we meet every other week, and we talk for about an hour, and I give them little assignments to do over the next 2 weeks. And one of the things I told her to do was, she was basically saying she wanted to live her life like she was already thin, basically. So I told her, okay, I just want you, like, why don't you do that? Just live your life like you're like, really slim, and how would you eat if you were like that, And she